Gee, I'm a tree.
Hello and welcome back. Today what we're going to do is we're going to talk about conditional relations. And if you remember, conditionals are basically a contract, and relations, what we're going to do is talk about the different ways we can sort of change around the contract to make it different. So what I'm going to do is start with our original statement that we had yesterday. If you mow my lawn, then I will pay you $20. If you remember, we have two separate statements separated by if and then. And yesterday I had you put boxes around. And you're not only going to box the two statements, you're not going to box the if and the then. Now, what we're going to do, there's three different ones we're going to talk about. The converse is going to be the first one. The converse, all we have to do is switch the statements. And if we're going to switch the statements, we already boxed them. So all we're going to do is switch the boxes. And the key thing is that the if and the then have to stay in the same spot. So what we end up getting is, if I pay you $20, then you mow my lawn. We switch the boxes around and we have a new statement, a new contract. Okay? Now the next thing I want to talk about is the inverse. The inverse, you should remember, is like negation. Now, all we're going to do is take these two boxes, leave them in the same spot, and add the word not to negate the statements. So when we take the inverse of this original statement is, if you do not mow my lawn, then I will not pay you $20. We just added the word not to both boxes, left them alone, and we were fine. Okay? Now, the last statement is what we call the contrapositive. Now, the contrapositive, we're going to switch and negate both boxes. So, we end up doing basically what we did in the converse and inverse, but we do both of them together. Now, we switch the boxes and add the word not to both. You're going to get this statement. If I do not pay you $20, we add the word not here, then you did not mow my lawn. Okay? Now, the contrapositive is our special circumstance. It's also called the logical equivalent to the original statement. Basically, logical equivalent means that it has the same meaning as the original statement. Okay? Now, let's take a look at an example, and we'll run through this together. I want you to determine the converse, inverse, and contrapositive of the statement. If it is Sunday, then I do not go to school. Now, this is a true statement, because if it's Sunday, you don't go to school. I mean, this is a typical situation. Now, the converse of the statement, well, first off, I'm going to put little boxes around the two statements. It is Sunday. I do not go to school. The converse is we switch the boxes. If I do not go to school, not go to school, then it is Sunday. Now, if we think about this, this doesn't have the same meaning, because if it's Sunday, then I don't go to school. If I don't go to school, then it's Sunday. Remember, if it's, let's say, Saturday or something, I don't go to school on Saturday. So this first statement, I didn't go to school, is true. The second part, if it was Saturday, would be false, and that would make this whole statement false. In this case, it wouldn't work. This statement would be true in that situation. So now, let's take a look at the inverse. The inverse is when we negate both boxes. So if it is Sunday, then I do not go to school. So what we're going to do is you're going to leave the boxes alone, and you're going to negate them. So if it is not Sunday, then, remember, if we negate something with a not, the nots cancel each other out. We can write down, I go to school. Now this situation, once again, is similar to this. We have if it was Saturday, this first part would be true, but you don't go to school on Saturday. The second part would be false. The whole statement would be false, meaning that it's not the same meaning as the first one. Now the contrapositive, or the logical equivalent, we switch and negate the boxes. If I go to school, then it is not Sunday. Okay. Now, once again, if we think about our Saturday example, the first part, I go to school, that would be false if it was Saturday. And it's not Sunday, that's a true statement. So therefore, this statement still has the same exact meaning as the original. Okay. If you have any questions, you can feel free to leave a comment, or you can email me. Otherwise, I'll talk to you later. Bye.